Hey Google, hey YouTube, welcome back to another video. It's your boy Corey the Man. We're back in here. Um, hey Google, power off. I was listening to my hey, hey Google, pause. I don't know what's going on with her. She's resuming and everything. But anyways, let's get right into this. Let me get to the one over here. Trying to get it on both my screens. Y'all already know what I do. Same old method. I ain't gotta tell y'all. Um, but yeah, happy Thanksgiving to all y'all, my G's, my homies. I wanted to make sure I get all these videos done early, so I wouldn't have to later. But this is
Survivor
WrestleMania.
Series War Games is almost here, with two War Games matches, two title matches, and the return of the Apex Predator Randy Orton. Join us now as we look at all the winners and losers of this year's Survivor Series. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new website, WrestleMania.com.
I still have
We
my
start off
mic
with
on my
Carlito
phone.
versus Santos Escobar.
Uh,
This is the first battle in what some fans and wrestling insiders see as the beginning of a civil war within the LWO. Rumor has it that Santos will assemble his own array of wrestlers, with the possibility that some LWO members will join him and do battle with Ray and the remaining LWO members. Sure, the WWE has yet to find a faction it's not ready to break up, but as tired as this storyline may seem, a Carlito vs Escobar match should be fantastic. Santos Escobar's wrestling credentials are solid, and his mic work following his heel turn show a fire that WWE should tap to create a new star. Carlito's match against Lashley was good and suggests he hasn't lost a step, but this will be everything fans expect, with Escobar getting the win after an entertaining match. Our final prediction: Santos gets the win. Now, everyone knows Santos Escobar will win the match, but will he win it on his own or with the help from a new ally? Possibly a former LWO member who agrees with Santos that Rey Mysterio did Escobar and the LWO dirty. Next up, the
I
Women's
feel
World
like
Championship
Angel
match as
Garza and
champion
Humberto
Rhea
gonna
Ripley
come
takes
in.
on Zoe Stark.
That's what I'm
This
hoping
is one
for.
of Rhea Ripley's most interesting title defenses since she captured the belt at WrestleMania 39. Unlike most of the Eradicator's opponents, Ripley isn't underestimating Stark. Sure, she is confident that she'll defeat Stark, but she isn't treating her like Zelina Vega or Liv Morgan, nor should she. They shouldn't expect an upset, but they shouldn't expect a complete squash. WWE seems to see a future in the 29-year-old Stark, as they pushed her about as strongly as you can expect for an NXT call-up without putting a belt on her. This match should be a test for both women. Stark already gave Ripley a run for her money at Crown Jewel, so this should show whether Ripley can work a give-and-take match that makes her opponent look capable enough without giving her too much. For Stark, it's an opportunity to impress management and the WWE Universe if she can show she's worthy of a title shot and not the latest victim for the Eradicator. If the WWE can book this finish without outside interference, all the better. Just as we noted for our predictions for Crown Jewel, Ripley isn't losing the women's title until at least WrestleMania, so expect a solid match without any title change. For
I
our
can see
final
that.
prediction, Rhea Ripley retains the Women's World Championship. Next up is the Intercontinental Championship match as champion Gunther
I feel
takes
like
on The
Gunther gonna
Miz.
retain, but I want the Miz to win, or at least have a good match with. I would need Gunther to shake hands with him and be like, I respect that. I want something like that because he never did that for any
Get
of
any
his
Google
opponents.
Pixel 8 phone starting at
And there
$10
was a
a
couple
month at
opponents. I was like,
AT&T.
he
No
could
trade-in
go
required.
character and be like,
My store,
I
my side
respect you
business,
for
we're exploding.
that
My
match.
old internet was
Took
not
me
letting
to
me
the
run the
limit.
show. So we switched to Verizon Business Internet. They have business grade internet nationwide.
Make the switch. It's your business. It's your Verizon.
Is this just another title defense for Gunther or something entirely different? On paper, The Miz looks like many of the Ring General's past opponents, mid-card wrestlers who receive a good enough push so that they appear like a credible opponent, but who will inevitably lose. Here, the WWE is taking a different approach in trying to build The Miz as a credible opponent. A daunting task when you consider the many matches he has lost this year and the less than handful of matches he's won. Rather than give The Miz a few wins, the WWE decided to turn him face after Gunther mocked him for being a clown and more recently, little more than an entertainer. On paper, this seems like a bad move, as there's a strong case to be made that The Miz is a clown and an entertainer, albeit a very good one. However, we think the WWE realizes the dangerous position it's putting The Miz in with this title match, because if he loses, it's game over for his babyface turn, as it'll be impossible to take him seriously as a superstar. This is despite his many achievements throughout the years though. We believe that WWE is preparing to finally take the Intercontinental Championship off Gunther. Gunther has nothing to gain by holding on to the title any longer, and his recent visa issues means he can't compete outside the US, which could limit his title defenses as the WWE gears up for at least 3 international PLEs in 2024. An IC title loss can also help Gunther get ready to go to the next level, possibly winning the Royal Rumble. Sometimes the best way to get a title off a dominant wrestler is with a surprise win. The Miz won't win on his own, but through interference from Imperium backfiring on Gunther, which will further the storyline of dissension within the group. While there are younger wrestlers who would benefit more from a win over Gunther, putting The Miz back into the upper card could help round out Raw's babyface lineup.
I don't want
Our
to see
final
no
prediction,
dissension.
The Miz wins the Intercontinental
I
Championship.
kind of wanted all of them
Next
to
up,
be
the Women's
champions.
War Games match as Damage
now
Control
it
of
feels
Bayley,
like,
Asuka,
nah.
Io Sky, and Kairi Sane take on Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Shotzi, and Becky Lynch. Last year's Women's War Games match was a hella good time, as the WWE's female stars went out of their way to upstage their male counterparts. Expect the same results here, as this is close to an all-star assemblage as you can get without Rhea Ripley's presence. There's a lot to digest with this match once you take a closer look at it. The match's competitors tell you who the major players in the women's division are, and this is Damage Control's second year in a War Games match, and while the group's lineup has changed, the fact it's still around suggests the WWE believes the faction is worth keeping around. Damage Control's opponents are interesting as well, as Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch are naturals since both have history with the group. Charlotte Flair's presence seems mandatory in order to add some star power to the match. However, what should fans make of Shotzi's presence in the match? While
Yeah.
Damage Control has made life miserable for Shotzi, her push on SmackDown has remained erratic. Is this the WWE's way of finally elevating her, or is it a sign that the women's undercard is such a mess that Shotzi is the best person to round out a match? This will be a rug match, and hopefully Asuka and
I really
Kairi
don't
Sane
know
will
many
show the
people
same
on
viciousness
the,
they did during their
roster
run
other
as the
than
Kabuki Warriors.
These
If
people.
so, the current WWE Women's
These
Tag
8.
Team Champions could be in trouble
Yeah,
in the
these
near
8
future.
superstars.
Of course, this match is also about the ongoing collapse of Damage Control, a
Because Becky
storyline
Lynch
which has
is
been
not
on the
even
back
on,
burner ever since
SmackDown.
Dakota Kai's injury, but one that's been
Well,
revived
who
thanks
knows?
to the
She's on
addition of Asuka
SmackDown,
and Kairi
Raw,
Sane to the group.
NXT.
Expect Bayley to make a huge blunder during the match, costing Damage Control the match and costing Bayley a spot as the group's leader. Our final prediction, Bianca Belair, Shotzi,
Nah.
and Becky Lynch win the Women's
think,
War Game match. It's going to be a bad night
Io
for
Sky
Bayley
need
as
to
she
get
gets
the
the
win.
boot from Damage Control, with the key word being boot. If the rumors of Bayley turning babyface are accurate, the WWE needs to generate some sympathy on her by having her former teammates send her out of the All-State Arena on a stretcher. Finally, it's time for the main event, as it's the Men's War Games match as Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn and Randy Orton take on the Judgment Day and Drew McIntyre. This match is a classic example of a perfect storm about to take place. The babyfaces finally get to settle their differences with the Judgment Day with no outside interference. There's plenty of drama in that, but that's only one layer to the match. Firstly, there's Randy Orton's return, which just made this the must-see match regardless of how you feel about the other participants. Second, there's Drew McIntyre's spot alongside the Judgment Day. Will this uneasy alliance unravel, or will McIntyre go full heel, shattering any illusions that nothing has changed about him? Third, there's the undeniable tension within the Judgment Day as Damian Priest's so-called role as the group's leader has fans wondering if Senor Money in the Bank is that delusional, or whether his teammates are enjoying some laughs at his expense until they decide to kick him out. Finally, there's a question of whether Randy Orton can work the War Games match without taking Jey Uso out, who has reasons galore to worry about Randy seeking revenge for the Bloodline sidelining him for 18 months. This War Games match is strong on story, but it's equally strong on wrestling, as this could be the brawl to end it all. Will the WWE allow any bleeding in this match, and if so, how much? Even if the match doesn't have any color, expect some brutal spots where the babyface is reminding the heels how painful payback can be. Although the heels have the main advantage, there's no way the WWE will let Randy Orton lose in his first match back. Our final
he's
prediction,
not the one
Cody
to get
Rhodes,
pinned.
Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn and Randy Orton win the Men's War Games match. Now ideally, WWE will wrap up the feud between the babyfaces and the Judgment Day and give both factions something new to do. The only question is, with whom? The Rumble is still 2 months away, which means it's too early to build up Cody vs Roman 2. Will Priest go it alone when he takes on the Judgment Day, or will he find some help? If so, why not pair him with someone besides Cody Rhodes, Zayn and Seth Rollins, giving other Raw superstars a chance for some exposure in the main event? Likewise, it will give the Judgment Day room to show they can work with anyone. Of course, a Survivor Series prediction video wouldn't be complete without the mention of CM Punk, and will he return to WWE? Now, it's always possible, and anything is possible in the WWE. Do we think that he's really going to be returning at this point? Well, with all the news surrounding WWE's interest in CM Punk, it seems like a no for now. However, we're not ruling out the complete return of CM Punk. He could return later down the line, such as at the Royal Rumble or even WrestleMania. What do you guys think, though? Is CM Punk returning? Let us know in the comments down below.
I wanted to
There
have
you have
an
it, folks. All the winners and losers of this year's Survivor Series.
Survivor Series.
What are your predictions? Let
I
us know in the
can't- I
comments
can't
down
wait
below.
for the
I'll see you
Rumble.
next time with some more
Cause you be waiting
wrestling content.
till number 30, and then the picks be god awful. And the ladies, they don't really have no one in there. I think they only had like one person return, and like some old competitors. A lot of old people in the match. All right.